So it's quite useful to understand what an implementation process looks like. So I'll give you a bit of an insight into what we do step by step, hence the walking. And so what we make sure is that we run several prototypes. We have an analogy of building a house. So it's really important that when you start out, we have these 3 prototypes. It might be 4, there might be 5, but tend to be kind of 3 prototypes. Prototype 1, we aim to get to the system to, let's say, 60% or so readiness, 50-60% readiness. So what you have is you have your, think of a house build. You've had your blueprints in the sales process. You've got a rough idea of what you're going to be getting, good idea what you're going to be getting. You've visualized it. But when you come to do all your groundworks, the ground's clear, you put your first course of bricks down after you've done your foundations, you step into your bathroom and you think, it's not going to work, it's too small. That's the time to make some big changes. So prototype 1 is a time when you do your show and tell and you're going to make some bigger changes because you haven't gone too far down the line yet. So if we think of it as like a funnel, then that's the time to have more stuff coming into the hopper up at the top for prototype 1. Prototype 2, when we're starting to get the walls up, roofs on, we're taking into account the changes from prototype 1, and we're getting to the stage where it's starting to look more like a system now. So users can use the forms. They might not be that efficient yet, but they can use the forms, they can use the views, they can work the system. They could get some level of operational use out of the system. So we're in the house, bathroom's the right size now. You know, we can't flick a light switch on yet, but we can see that the electric's running through. We can open a door, and we're watertight. There's some kind of safety in place within the system, but there's still time to make some other changes to the system. Prototype 3, you're then down to your final stages. So electrics are in, light switches working, door handles are on, you probably painted the walls, it's looking pretty finished. You don't want to be starting to rip things out and change things at that point in time. So, you know, the forms are built, ready to go, the views are good, the reporting's in place, you've got data in there that you can see that if you put that process against the data, you'll get it outputted in this way, and you're happy with the outputs as well. So really, at prototype 3, you're at kind of a 90-95% readiness. And then you've got the final no-go live decision, because do you wait for that final 5 or 10% for perfection, which may take another X months, or like when you're buying a house and you move in, do you have all these grand ideas of things you want to do, but providing you're operational and you're up and running and the business can function, when you get onto your new platform, especially if it's a big shift from your old platform, then you might then think, actually, that final 5%, we may not actually want that once we go live. There might be a whole new set of capabilities, questions, functionalities, and list of things that you now have the capabilities to do that you want to focus on instead. So actually, we're functional, we're operational, we've tested it, it's going to be adopted, we've had the training, the data's good, we're happy with any kind of parallel runs or balances, and you decide to go live at 95%, knowing full well that actually that's the right time to do it, because you might not need that 5%, or it might look very different after you go live. So those will be the key kind of stages in a project that we'd go through.